Now, I don't know if it is the problem with the whole earth heating up, why there is so much heat in the courtrooms these days. That is because real celebrities breaking up. We're going to get into it some more. Let's start.
Welcome to Pastor O'Neil's Review Zone podcast. We are glad that you decided to join us today. This podcast focuses on reviewing topics like movies, music videos, audio clips, and even relationships, so sit back and enjoy the show. Welcome to Pastor O'Neil's Review Zone.
Hi, so good afternoon, good night, good morning, good day, everybody, and welcome to Pastor O'Neil's Review Zone. Today, we're going to be taking a look at why so many celebrities are divorcing. Right now, I did an episode just before, and you can check the link in the description for that concerning Ginny Mai and Jeezy divorcing, and the 8 things that contribute to celebrity divorces. And trust me, you want to check that out. And if you're a person that is in the limelight, you're an influencer, you're a person, maybe you're even a minister, and yeah, you're outside there, trust me, that is a video you're going to definitely want to take a look at. It's in the description, so take a look at it. If you're new to this channel, let me say welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, our viewership is growing, but we want to grow some more. So here what I have, an incentive to the 100 person that sign up to this podcast channel. To the 100 person that sign up to this broadcast channel, we get a free book. Yes, we are going to be emailing you one of our free ebooks. All right, so if you're a person that likes reading, and trust me, the book that we are going to be sending is going to be very, very profitable in your life. You're going to be so glad that you are the 100 person to sign up for this podcast. So that's an incentive. And so all my podcasts that I'm going to be sending out after this one, all of the broadcasts that we're going to be producing after this, all right, we are going to be highlighting that aspect. We're going to be highlighting the aspect that we are going to be giving away a free book, or it might be free books. Yeah, free book or free books coming down. All right. And to just have a little idea of the type of books that we produce, take a look at this.
Are you ready to transform your relationships and experience deeper connections? Look no further. We have 2 incredible books that will guide you on your journey to better, more fulfilling relationships. Gentlemen, are you often left baffled by the complexities of relationships? Then this book is for you. From Confusion to Connection is a practical guide for men in relationships. It is your roadmap to understanding and thriving in your love life. Inside this book, you'll discover practical advice on communication, emotional intelligence, and building trust. No more confusion, just genuine connections that last a lifetime. Ladies, seeking the best advice to nurture your relationships? Then this is the book you've been searching for. Best Relationship Advice for Women. In this empowering guide, you'll find invaluable insights on self-love, effective communication, and fostering strong, healthy relationships. So, whether you're a man looking to navigate the complexities of love or a woman striving for more meaningful connections, these books offer wisdom, guidance, and actionable steps to create the love you desire. Don't miss out on this opportunity to transform your relationships. Grab your copies of From Confusion to Connection, a practical guide for men in relationships and best relationship advice for women today. Visit our website Amazon.com to order your copies now. Take the first step towards a happier, more connected future. Your best relationships are just a page turn away. Check link in the description. And for other titles by Pastor Desborne O'Neil, go to https://amzn.to/453fgwho.
So there you have it. We have those are just two books that we have available on Amazon. And of course, if you follow the link, it's going to be in the description as well. So you don't have to worry about not getting it right from the little ticker tape there. All right. We are going to be having that in our, excuse me. Yeah, we're going to be having that in our description. So check it out. So why are there so many celebrity divorces? What is taking place? What is happening? All right. I want you all to know that this is not a new thing. It's not because it's 2023. It's not a new thing. All right. Celebrities have been marrying and divorcing and marrying and divorcing and marrying and divorcing for quite some time now. It is not a new thing. I think because of social media, we have so many people talking about virtually the same thing all the time that it seems to be, like a pandemic, you know. But this is something that is not new. Elizabeth Taylor married a number of times. Um, this guy Larry King married a number of times. All right. This actress, um, can't remember her name right now, but she starred in Beetlejuice. Yeah, I'm gonna put that at the bottom there. Yeah, she married a number of times. She also acted in the show A League of Their Own. Tall, beautiful actress. She married a number of times. And so, both on the men and women side, you always had people divorcing and marrying. And the individuals that I called out, these persons, of course, they were marrying and divorcing long before there was a social media. Yes, so long before that there was a social media, long before there was social media, these individuals were marrying, and there's a whole long list. All right. And I want to suspect it is because of the type of industry, right? You are in a pool basically of some of the most beautiful women and handsome men around the earth. After all, it is show business. So whether you are a musician, you are a rapper, producer, all right, you are a movie star, actor, you are a director, cameraman, all right, audio, you are in the loop. And so you brush shoulders with some of the most beautiful men, beautiful women, handsome men all over the world, and they all meet at some junction or the other in Hollywood. Whether you're coming from the mainland, um, Africa side, you're coming from Latin America, you're coming from North America, you're coming from Germany, you're coming from New Zealand, Australia. Somehow or the other, you end up meet into that melting pot, that Hollywood area there. In some places, it's New York, and you end up meeting up there. And of course, you know, you end up in the stew. Okay. And so I think it's the industry that you are virtually in. All right. And the scary thing about that is you always feel, because everybody wants you, everybody wants to get your autograph, everybody wants to get a picture with you, everybody is looking to chuck a microphone or poke a microphone into your face to get your reaction, because you are well known, you are a face card basically. All right, your face is your brand, your body is your brand. Yes, so your face is your brand, your body is your brand. All right, and so you are well sought after by the tabloids, you are well sought after by different news stations, you are well sought after by other actors and actresses. So it's the area that you're in, it's the group, it's the industry, right? It's the pool that you're in. And as I said, the sad thing is, you always feel that somebody will always want you. And the difficult thing is, as Miss Crystal Rennie would have spoken of in her podcast, all right, some time ago, And that link is also going to be in the description. And I also made a video of that. That link is going to be in the description also. All right. That sometimes, listen to me, nobody wants to be checking on you. After a while, nobody's going to be checking on you. So if you find somebody who loves you and spends that considerable amount of time with you and want to get married to you, all right, and you guys get married, don't you think that it is worth spending the rest of your life together? And a lot of people are recognizing that, listen, after the fourth and fifth marriage, all right, you recognize, listen, nobody is perfect, you know. Everybody has an issue, and you might get away with this individual with that issue. You end up with somebody else who doesn't have that issue, but they do have another issue. And you might have been able to work through the issue that that person had before, but you divorced them, married to another person with a different issue. Now you have to relearn a whole lot of things. And then after a while, now you find you're divorcing again. So the thing is, everybody figure that you can divorce and remarry, divorce and remarry, divorce and remarry. And I personally think that there's something that is wrong with that, because it is as if we have no more respect again for the terminology marriage. We have no more respect for marriages. We have no more respect. In fact, we don't even respect ourselves. So we don't respect ourselves. We don't respect the institution of marriage. We don't respect anybody else. Because the fastest thing for people to do these days is to call, get on their phone, call their lawyer. Yeah, draft up some papers there for me. I want a divorce. That's the fastest thing for people to do these days. And it's very, very sad, because there is no more caring for anybody else again these days. There's no more fighting for the relationship. Now, social media might have added another element in that now that we have access to millions of people that we didn't have before, the average individual have access to celebrities now, all right? And whether they answer you or not, you can slide into the DMs. That's one thing. But the fact is, people get to see you, get to know what you're doing, get to see what you're about, and everything like that. So there's access. And once people are always in the direct messages, we always figure that there will always be somebody else. Yeah. There will always be somebody else that is going to wanting to get with you. And I mean, it is really, really alarming, the amount of divorces that are taking place. And I mean, just this year alone, and the year isn't finished as yet. We have now entered into the last quarter, thereabout. And and check this out. Imagine Ariana Grande and Dalton Gomez. Yeah, they get a divorce. They were married for 2 years. So people are not even fighting for their marriages again. No matter what the tabloids say, all of these individuals that we are talking about here, all of them have their publicists that will try to make the blows land very softly on the fans. But the fact is, I had some cuss out somewhere along the line, for you to say, you see me, I am not going to spend the rest of my life with you. I am going my way. I don't care what you do. I don't care what they say. No matter how nice they try to make it sound or look. All right. So Ariana Grande and Dalton Gomez divorced after 2 years. Listen, even the Wolverine man with adamantium steel, Mr. Hugh Jackman himself, couldn't escape the blade of the divorce, right? Because him and his wife, Deborah Lee Jackman, is getting a divorce after 27 years of marriage, a whole adult, right? After 27 years of marriage, they are getting a divorce, right? We recently had our episode concerning Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner. And apparently, Miss Turner is like she's already moved on, although the ink ain't even dry yet on the divorce proceedings. I don't even think that, because these things take a little while. All right. So while the typist is still typing up stuff, people have moved on. All right. And 4 years, Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner um, divorced. Sofia Vergara and Joe Manganiello, after 7 years, they have gone to Splitsville as well. Reese Witherspoon and Jim Toth. I mean, Reese Witherspoon is a talented woman, very, very talented. She's beautiful. She's talented. Yeah, she's a little short. That adds to it. All right. She produces. She's an actress. You know, she does so many different things. I think that she's very much underrated in Hollywood. But don't matter your skill set, don't matter your beauty, don't matter your height, still can keep it together. 11 years of marriage, she and Jim Tough have gone their separate ways. All right. Now, whether um, you can act is one thing, but you are not escaping the divorce courts either. If you can sing people up underneath a table, because Neo and watch this, his we just call him his model girlfriend, Crystal Renee, beautiful woman, handsome guy, ladies fainting away at Neo, but still cannot keep it together. 7 years of marriage, gone to Splitsville. Shannon Doherty, for those who don't know who that is, she was back in the day of 90210, right? Her and Jason Priestley, all right? Two of them were, I think they played brother and sister, all right? So Shannon Doherty and Kurt Iswarienko, married for 12 years, go on their separate ways, all right? And even the bodyguard himself, Mr. Kevin Costner, or if you know him from Waterworld, you can dive thousands of feet, but still, and you can dive thousands of feet, you can wrestle underwater monsters. But in terms of keeping a marriage together, to his wife, Christine Baumgartner, for 18 years they've been together. They couldn't stay together. Dan Reynolds, and for who don't know that, who that is one of the lead singers for Imagine Dragons. So Dan Reynolds and Asia Vogtman have gone their own way. And of course, everybody, the whole of YouTube is a buzz right now concerning Jeezy and Ginny Mai, who have gotten divorced. And listen, the year isn't out as yet. And we have already have how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Almost, and that's just 10 who I count. What about the others? The others who we haven't spoken of. You see? And I am here to say that there is no more respect for the institution of marriage anymore. And as a pastor and a gospel minister, um, our job is to foster relationship and to foster people getting together. After all, the Bible tells us that, Genesis 2:18, it is not good that man should be alone. All right. So whenever we see people splitting, of course, it's a problem for us. And so we always advise on premarital counseling. So listen, I think probably part of the reason why individuals is because we are so accustomed, I should say, not we, I should say in this group, the actors and the actresses and even the singers, and they are so accustomed to, acting, not being your real self. It is so easy to put forward that pseudo self so that everybody can put forward the best you. Everybody can put forward that person who you think, yeah, I played that character before. I can play this character and put forward that. I think it's all part of that, because you can't tell me that you know that you didn't love the individual. I honestly believe that some of these people really, really love, the person who they got married to. I honestly believe that, right? But the problem is, I think a whole lot of it is communication. We are so accustomed of having our brand, both male and female. We have people that support our brand. We have the whole entourage that is there. We have lawyers, we have accountants, we have image reps, we have image consultants. We have all these individuals. We have all of the image consultants that are there working with us. And so those people are on our payroll. They're on our payroll. So we are bosses in our own right. The women are bosses, the men are bosses. And when you have two bosses coming together, that is real problems. That is real, real problems there. Because one must lead and the other one must submit. All right. And so you would see, especially with the latest divorce, Miss Ginny Mai coming out and admitting in front of the entire world that she was accustomed, telling this one go and they go, and telling that one come and they come, But when it come to a relationship, she thought that, I'm a boss, I can do what I want. But no, a marriage is different, people. And so if you want to really know, and I think one of these days I'm going to probably do a live counsel session and to help people. All right. And everybody is different. You cannot take this situation and put it in your situation. No. Everybody is different. Everybody's circumstance is different. Right? It's like plants. Those of us that know about plants, I work in a flower shop, so I can tell you, all plants are not the same. All of them don't grow under the same conditions. We have a plant called a leather leaf, and the leather leaf does not absorb water like how the other, like roses and chrysanthemums do. The leather leaves absorb water through the leaves. So you can leave that leather leaf in a plastic wrapper in the fridge. It's not in a jar of water, but you can leave it in a plastic wrapper. Let's leave it like that, and it will gather moisture through the leaves, the condensation through a plastic wrapper, and that leather leaf is good. But you cannot do that with a rose. And it's just like that with individuals. All right? Everybody is different. And you cannot take a person's situation, inject it into your situation, and say, it will work for me. So there are some generalities that we can talk about, but everybody's situation is different. And so we must bear that in mind. But I brought today my star book for ministers, and I want to read for us a passage from the marriage service, because I think that a lot of us, we really don't understand how serious marriage is. And it says here, dearly beloved, we are gathered together here in the sight of God. So first of all, we must understand that we have a supreme being that is overlooking, these nuptials. And in the face of this company, so we have witnesses to the nuptials as well, to join together this man and this woman in holy matrimony, which is an honorable estate. But through the spade of the spate of divorces that we are having these days, I don't know if people really recognize how much honorable marriage is, instituted of God. So a lot of people who don't believe in God are going to have real problems here, because God is the one who instituted marriage. And so if you want your marriage to go good, you must be able to reconnect with your God in order for your marriage to go good. All right? And it signifies the mystical union between Christ and the church. Which holy estate Christ adorned beautiful with his presence, and first miracle that he did in Cana, and so on, commended by the Apostle Paul to be honorable among all. There is that word again, it's an honorable estate. And therefore, here's the part that I want to hammer into us today. Therefore, it is not by any to be entered into unadvisedly. So you see somebody you like them, you want to get married to them, Jesso? No, 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 no. Get to know this individual, get to know their problem solving skills. Find out how many jobs did you have over a period of time. Why did you leave that job? And it will tell you that person's ability to handle certain pressures and so on. Right? Yeah, because as individuals, listen, we deal with people. Marriage is about people. And I'm here to tell us that our people skills are poor. We can be very good actors, we can be very good actresses, we can be very good bosses, business people, but our people skills are very, very poor. And most people are callous and self-centered. I'm telling you that. They only care about their side of the fence. But as long as you're in a marriage, you cannot just care about yourself alone. You must be able to care about the other person as well. And so you can't enter into a marriage union unadvisedly or lightly. You cannot just run up into, a Elvis chapel and have Elvis marry you all in Las Vegas, as is the thing these days. Right? But reverently, it means you must put some respect on what you're going to get into. Understand that this thing is supposed to be until death do us part, right? Discreetly. It means taking time to consider what you are getting yourself involved into. Advisedly, get some advice from a lawyer. Yeah, get some good advice from a lawyer. In fact, do a reverse. Talk to a divorce lawyer before you get married. Do a reverse, right? Talk to a pastor. Talk to a good friend. All right? Talk to some of your friends of the opposite sex and get because sometimes women can see things that men can't see. Talk to a good friend of yours. If you're a man, talk to a good friend who is a woman and let her talk to you and say, hey, you see this one here? And think about it, because we have a saying here in Trinidad, don't take candle to see in the dark what you can see clearly in the day. And that means that there are some things, there's some red flags, there's some yellow flags that we totally ignore. We wait until we see the red flag, but there's some yellow flags along the way too that we totally ignore. Why? Because we smitten of a 36, 24, 38. No. Do not allow beauty and how somebody looks to fool us in that they are going to be good marriage material. And this is going to hurt some people, and a lot of people are going to get offended of this. But listen to me. You see these supermodels, they hardly make good wives. You see the fellas who all the women running down because they're real good looking in the rock band or the music band, they hardly make good husbands. Yeah, fight me on that. I'm ready for you. All right, because those individuals, first of all, they're narcissistic because they are accustomed. They know once they walk out, everybody's going to be whistling, everybody's going to be looking at them. So their ego is way up there. And there's nothing that you could do to tell them otherwise, because they have what is called pretty privilege and handsome privilege, whatever that is. They have that pretty privilege. You have some women, listen, they have never spent a single dime. I'm telling you, there are some women in this world, because of their looks, they have not spent a single cent in their life. But they have the best cars, they're living in penthouses, They get flew out, they get flown out to any destination because of their looks. And you cannot tell an individual like that about their attitude, because they are going to they're just going to flick you off, and they're going to go on to the next person because they are in high demand. So those people do not make good husbands and do not make good wives. So you learn something today. All right. So you don't get into marriage unadvisedly or lightly, but you do get into marriage reverently, discreetly, advisedly, soberly. It means thinking level. You see people who get involved, like for instance, your mom passed away, or you were sick, you were very, very sick, and this person took care of you. I don't think that those are good ways to decide on a lifelong commitment, because that person could be very good at taking care of somebody because it is in the short term, but in the long term, when the rubber meets the road, when the pressures of life comes, when children are in the mix, when you have to when economic downturns take place, when you have to move from one state and go to a next state, and you have to pack everything up and start all over again. Listen, all of these things play a crucial part in your marriage, and you have to be a person that is able to compromise. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, but it cannot be my way or the highway. You have to be able to give in a little bit. And sad to say, in the Hollywood arena, because you are a boss, because you are always negotiating, because you are always getting your way, basically, we enter into, or I shouldn't say we, but they enter into marriage with this same type of mentality. And the thing is, marriage exposes the real you. Marriage exposes the real you, not the fake you, not the pseudo you, not the you that you want everybody to like and adore. Marriage exposes the real you. Sophie Turner, in her marriage, Sansa Stark was not highlighted in her marriage. The resilient Sansa Stark that was able to go through tough times, and end up leading everybody else after. No, 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 no. Sophie's marriage highlighted Sophie Turner. Yeah. Who had issues. And it highlighted Jonas, who had issues. And we must be able to deal with the issues. And everybody have issues. You just have to decide which of the issues you are willing to deal with. And although you might say, okay, we trash out our issues, let's get married. No, no, no. Life is dynamic. So you might be able to be going down good, 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 good. And then all of a sudden, one person got terminally ill. And you have to now be able to take care of that person and go through life. Are you able to go through life like that? And the person is terminally ill with some rare disease. John Hopkins don't know where this come from. They're still taking blood samples, and you don't know what to do with the rest of your life. How are you going to live? Are you going to continue staying married to that individual? Because I'm telling you, people get divorced for less things than that. As we can see here, all of these people, nobody they were terminally ill. All these people, Ariana, Grande and Dalton Gomez, Hugh Jackman and Deborah Lee Jackman, Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner, Sofia Vergara and Joe Manganiello, Reese Witherspoon and Jim Tutt. Nobody have no terminal illness there. So you could imagine if a terminal illness was in. Yeah. So we have plenty to consider, right? So soberly, you must be able to think soberly and in the fear of God. We go before all types of religious pundits, quote unquote, whether it's be the pastor or the pundit himself or the priest or whoever. We go in front of these individuals and we say yes, 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 yes. And 2 years down the road, 2 years, that's still honeymoon phase. What possibly could have happened in that marriage that in 2 years, so even if you're having issues or you couldn't see some spiritual advisor or something like that. And as I say, this new culture, this cancel culture that we have, everything is too quick to cancel this one. Listen, a marriage is not WhatsApp, you know. A marriage is not WhatsApp where you can block somebody and move on, block and delete and move on. No, 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 no. Sometimes we have children that are involved, and children suffer the most because they are hearing from this party how bad the other one is, and when they spend time with that one, they hear how bad this other one is, and it doesn't matter how nice you try to paint it, the children still end up getting the body language. The body language speaks to these young children, and they grow up now in either a single mother household or single father household with a lot of issues, and that produces more problems for that generation. It produces more problems for that generation. So why are so many people getting divorced? Number one, we selfish. Number one, we are very selfish, narcissistic. We only care about ourselves, and we only care about what we want and my peace and what I like and what I listen. Marriage is not giving you what you want. Because when two people get together, it highlights the real you. And only in a marriage you get to see some problems that you have, and you get to deal with it in a marriage. A marriage highlights issues that will not otherwise be known. And it is there that we need to deal with it. Divorcing a person because of that thing on the inside of you that was not seen before, and divorcing somebody for bringing that out. You see, you're supposed to thank that person for highlighting a flaw in your life that you never noticed before. And now it is time for you to begin to work on you. And that is how we get through our marriages. Because marriage, my friends, is work. There's a saying that I always tell people, marriage is ministry. And when we talk about ministry, it comes from the base word of the Greek word diakonos, from where we get minister from, or deacon. And deacons from the original Greek were people that were doing base jobs. They were servants that were serving food.